Alright, what's up? Probably like 2021 right now. You never cared about what number correlated to the month still, and your hair's a mess, and your room's a mess, but who really cares? You know, you're doing what you're doing and living your life. Are the things you see for people the solutions and simple solutions that people could do to make their lives easier true, or are things that you see not really there and it's really not as simple and you would never know that because you haven't lived enough life to be able to tell? Are you insecure? Or if you are insecure, there's that's confusing because you've never been insecure and you've always felt lucky to be yourself, and you know that a lot of people didn't feel that way always, and you know that it's pretty unfortunate if you don't feel lucky to be yourself. Are you smart? Well, you know that there's no real definition of smart. You get called smart in school, and I suppose that your school performance would show um, along the lines of a gifted burnout. Um, but there's no real definition of smart. But for whatever reason, it's a question. I suppose you know how to think, which we'll see, which we will see. If you're still philosophical, I mean, chances are that's why you've gotten to where you are. And if there's ever some mumbo jumbo you've gotten inside of your head, then I mean, work through it. I mean, you've done it before. Have your relationships with family changed, or have they just been the same and stagnant, and there's no really helping them because there's the other side doesn't really see what is wrong, and maybe you still feel like it's helpless to try to form a relationships. Is your only job still waking up because that's how it was now, and if your motto is not your motto is, we'll get to that later. If your only job is to wake up in the morning, then I mean, I guess that's I guess 15-year-old you knew how to live his life, and whatever you're doing, I hope it's a good time. Yes, life motto. Your life motto right now is, if you're not lost, you're not in the right place. And for the most part, it seems to be, if that's still how it is today, then I mean, I hope you've gone places and maybe you found something at some point, but loss isn't always a bad thing. Are you wise? It was already answered already. No, well, alright. Are you wise, or are all the things that you think about thought about by average people, and that's the reason why nobody ever talks about it, is because everybody already knows and there would be no reason to talk about it? Is being alone good because maybe you are, and maybe that's all you have? Maybe it wasn't as good as you thought it was, and the surface level relationships that you have at school and whatnot are better than where you are now, and maybe you'd take it back if you could. What's your weight? Because right now you're skinny, maybe about 160 pounds, and you're not fat, but you wanted to gain some weight. You're happy with your strength, but it was always nice to gain some more weight. Are you still in jiu-jitsu? Because right now you've been slacking for a few months. You never did wrestling like you said you were, and you need to get back into that because you're only going to thank yourself in the future. Why did you make this? Because a while ago you saw somebody else do it and you thought it was a good enough idea to do it yourself. So there you go. Are you living in a car right now because that's your plan right now, right? It'd be cheap. You wouldn't have to work that much, and you'd be able to go do things and go places and see things and learn and explore, and obviously that's the way to do things, right? And are you deep? Question was already kind of answered with wise, but are there things that you think about common knowledge, and that's why you hear nobody talk about it, even though, is that why you feel like you have some sort of something to you and you're able to project a message to people, and for whatever reason if people decide they want to listen to you, it's because it's mind-blowing or it spoke something into them, or I don't know. I guess we'll just see. Well, that's all for now. Good luck. If you're not in a good place and you're waking up in the morning and you're unhappy, you better go do something else. And if you're in a bad position, it's nobody's fault besides your own. I mean, you're me. I don't really know. Hi and goodbye, I guess.